Hello guys, welcome to the broadcast. It's Tuesday and we're playing Pauper. um, yeah, it's Pauper Classic Tuesdays. So Pauper means we can only play commons. Classic means I don't even know what classic actually means. It's kind of like legacy. I think the card pool's just tiny bit bigger than legacy. I'm not sure. Classic is basically everything that's ever printed. I think online. Yeah, I think classic is just whatever's has ever been printed online. Okay. So I'm playing a Pauper deck, which I've been playing for a really, really long time. And yeah, you can see it here. It's gone through a lot of changes. It's really quite quite simple. You your game plan is to get adjacency ratio down. This card. Whenever you draw a card, you may have target player put the top card of his or her library into his or her graveyard. And then you want to spend every single turn casting one of these fog effects so you don't die, and one or two draw spells if possible, so you keep your hand size up. So we have a bunch of really good draw spells. Treasure Cruise is probably the best, but there's also Words of Wisdom, and there's Sea Beyond, and obviously Brainstorm Preordain. I think I don't have to show them. We also have some counter backup and some transmute to protect ourselves, and some life gain because that can be a pain. The deck is very good against creature-based aggro decks like um, White Weenie, Classic White Weenie, um, Hexproof, you know, everything that just wants to attack you with a creature and do nothing else really. Uh, One of the worst matchups used to be Burn, but now with Crisis Repair the main, and another Crisis Repair the sideboard, and so on, I think Burn is actually favorable, for me at least. And the real tough matchups are basically matchups playing a bunch of counter spells. And right now, that's really a lot of different decks. Hi guys, sorry I had the chat hidden for a bit, so I didn't see you guys. Hi guys. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly. I think it's 1 or 2 minutes. It's gonna start any minute now, basically. I'm not sure if Classic is Legacy or Vintage or somewhere between. I just know Classic is basically every card ever printed. Um, so what was I talking about? Yeah, decks which play a bunch of counters are definitely the bad matchups. And there's a bunch of those in Pauper. But most importantly, Mono Blue Delver, probably the worst matchup, plays like 12 counters or so, or even more. Probably gonna be tough now. You might do it. Classic was the equivalent to Vintage before Power was released. So I guess Classic is Vintage without the Power 9, which doesn't matter because the Power 9 would be on the ban list anyway in Pauper, or it wouldn't be legal because of rarity. I'm not sure exactly what if all the Power 9 cards are not commons. I'm not sure. You might still make the registration because they're still talking about stuff. Well, okay. So the decks we don't want to see is basically any blue deck. There's a bunch of blue decks we can deal with because they basically splash blue for card draw, but usually counter spells really the bane of this deck. If you see counter spell or any other blue counter effect. It's gonna be tough because at some stage in the game we're gonna have lethal on the board. You're gonna need to fog every single turn, and they just need to disrupt that fog once. They can just save up counters until they have like 4 or 5 counters in hand, and then go in all in on one great counter war. And if they win that counter war, then you lose, basically. And that's something that this deck struggles to deal with. So it's a very swingy deck in its results. So if you get to play against elves or white weenie 4 times in a row, you will go for 0. If you play against Delver 4 times in a row, you will go 0, you will go 0-4, and sometimes that can be frustrating. I hope it doesn't happen to us today. And I've been experimenting a bit. There's a couple of people in the primer, and we've all been thinking about ways to maybe beef up the matchup against Delver. My thing I'm trying here is Circle of Protection Blue. It's not ideal. It might work. It might be horrible, to be honest. We'll have to see. And yeah, the sideboard is not really worth talking about all that much. There's like a bunch of counters, 5 counters, some relic for Graveyard Hate, Circle of Protection Red for the burn matchup, 2 more Fox, 2 hard creature removals, and some life gain basically. Nothing really fancy. There used to be more fancy stuff here. There used to be a Reclaim, there used to be Ray of Revelation. A really long time ago there used to be Feeling of Dread. There used to be a bunch of cards. Let's see. So I think we're getting started now. We're waiting for late registration here, basically. Somebody did message long time gone, told him he wanted to play but missed the deadline, and that person is now inputting his deck list. And of course, it's always a fine line between waiting for people who are late, or you know, just going on because there's 24 people waiting who want to play. Gutshot and Marrow Shards. I have to look up Marrow Shards. Let me do that real quick. I'm not sure of Marrow Shards. Okay, it's basically the same as Gutshot. that card is literally the same. Oh no, it's 1 damage to each attacking creature. Okay, I can't read. Yeah, Marrow Shards and Gutshot would be interesting, and Pauper for sure. They would definitely change something. I think Marrow Shards would actually be too strong. Well, it's tough to say. Is it strictly better than Electrolyze? It's tough to say. 1 damage is not that much, to be honest. I mean, it's not gonna break. It's not gonna. It's not gonna break the format for sure. Yeah, we already have stuff that can deal damage to everything. Crypt Rats, you know, Sandstorm or whatever it's called. Um, there's a bunch of spells which do something like that. It's not gonna break the format, but on the other hand, it might be too strong and it might be out of the color pie. Maybe you don't want white to have that. Okay, we're starting here. So let me just find out that if everything is set alright, and it seems it is. And we will have some rules. He's spamming the rules, and then we will have pairings for round 1. And thanks everyone for tuning in. It's always great when there's so many people watching even before the first round starts. So this has become kind of a running joke, I suppose, running gag, or some kind of meme or troll thing that people keep asking stupid questions. Because most of these player-run eventers or player-run event hosts, they do this, are there any questions before we begin? And usually there's no questions because most of these people have done this a couple of times before. And so we ask some stupid questions. I have to say I indulge in doing this myself from time to time. Usually when Blippi is hosting Overdrive, I'd like to ask why there's so many buys in the first round. He comes prepared though. He has the answer ready. You just know he already has the answer in his clipboard. He's just waiting to press Control V and paste that shit. So yeah, I think we should have pairings. Let's see. Not yet, but it should happen at now any moment. And I'm just gonna start and already enter the thing here. So it seems there's another hold up though. Probably somebody entered a illegal deck list or something, or we have another late registration, but that would be really. Oof. Let's do some advertising here. Oh, I hope I spell this right. So we should have round 1. Oh, Drunken Sailor. Drunken Sailor. If you've been a long time fan, you might remember him from Sluggy Pelosa, right? That was him. Top 4. He knocked us out. I don't remember what deck he was playing. Back then, I for sure don't remember what deck he's playing in Pauper right now. I've played him a bunch of times. Usually in Modern, though not so often here in Pauper. Just checking if he's making a table and missing mine. So you can see there's like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 tables going on right now. There's 27 people, so there should be probably about 13 tables. It's one of the bigger events really. Pauper is obviously a format you don't see in paper that much. Yeah, I think that deck was called Breach Trap because it had Summoning Trap and Through the Breach, but I'm not sure exactly. But I was thinking about that too. I think it had Titan also, Titan and uh, Valakuts or something. Was that the deck? Okay, but that's of course not really relevant because we're playing Pauper. But of course there's um, There's a reason why we wanna win extra hard against him, right? And he's on burn. Gonna start out with a brainstorm here. Never sure how I want to play this when I have an island, evolving wilds, and brainstorm. If I want to brainstorm turn one, but I think this is the right play. And a flame rift. He's off to a good start. But we can usually deal. Oh wow. Let me close this. I don't want to see this. Well, we definitely want to keep a model and this, and we definitely want to get rid of these two. I'm just thinking if I want to evolving wilds, then I don't get to mixture, but we do get to draw different cards. And we need to find different cards. What we really want. What we really like to do is transmute into Quietus Repair, but we don't have a target right now. So I just decided we're gonna Evolving Wilds. Because I really don't want to draw that Moment's Piece. Oh, I put the Moment's Piece? I'm stupid. Oh boy, I'm just stupid. Well, I guess I'm gonna hold a model now. I wanted to put that Moment's Piece on the second from the top, but I actually put it on the top. Slight misplay there. I would have kept this model in hand for the transmute, but we don't have a target to transmute onto, so okay, this null is good. Like this. Definitely this goes away. We're very heavy on lands, but it's not a huge deal. Guess we might as well get a forest. Doesn't really matter, just trying to thin the deck a little bit. Hope we get to draw something, but this is gonna be tough. He had the start and he had a good hand. I really wish I had gotten. I really wish I had gotten another blue. If he had gotten another blue, I think we might be able to win here. I'm definitely gonna get a blue now. I want to be able to have both these spells up. Ooh, and right control. Thank you. It's looking good now. Do you want a right control here? We're only gonna be able to cast 2 spells anyway. So might as well use the expensive spell now. Hey. hey, hey Opson. And he's not gonna be able to do damage for the rest of the turn. So we can almost treasure cruise. Well, we want to keep at least 4 mana open. One of which we want to have a blue source, so I'm gonna get another blue source. And then just pass. We really need to draw into Quiet Disrepair and something to put Quiet Disrepair on. And I think he's just waiting to punish us if we do. By casting 3 lightning bolts in response. We have another good spell though. I can't believe we managed to hold him off despite his great start and despite him having a start. This is just great sign again. How well this deck is. I'm not sure I want to words here. I'm a little bit scared. Think. Oh, I'm so scared. We need to draw something though. Which do we size? Well, we can kill our graveyard again. So we have 7 mana. We want at least 6 mana open, right? I like Preordain. Moment's Peace can be gone though. Yeah, I think we don't want to play anything here. We just discard one of these forests. Want to keep basically the counter going. Basically, always want to have these 3 spells on the left open in case he tries to. I mean, he's just saving up until his hand is completely full. Do I want to brainstorm? I don't think so. I want this Jace though. Can I play it now? Yeah, I can, right? Want to keep 6 mana open. So I play this. And the next turn we transmute into Quiet Disrepair and just hope he doesn't have enough. I didn't Words Wisdom here for a reason. If we're gonna die, it's gonna be now. But we have to do this. We have 2 contours basically. It's either enough or it isn't. But if it's enough, we're probably winning. Because he can't raise Quiet Disrepair. And he's just flooding. So that's great. I'm gonna be a little bit careful here. Is it me or are these just too big today? I'm gonna be a little bit careful and not use my draw spells because they draw him cards also until we are at like 12 life maybe. Well, let's start out with this one. Well, I think we can do it actually. Yeah, because we draw into more stuff that matters, it's okay. And because he used one of his spells and we just countered it. So we go to 9. At this point, I think we won. But boy, this was really close. He must have drawn only shit, to be honest. Only bad things. And we just very luckily drew into Dawn Charms, right? And into other good things. I was scared. I thought we were done for. I wish you could tell this guy that you always wanna gain life. Oh, we also had a right control. Yeah, I remember. So at this point, it's just gonna take some time. I should play a little bit faster. This one you definitely want to counter. This is one of their strongest spells against us because it does like a huge amount of damage over the whole course of the game. So one of their best spells against us is Curse of a Pure Start, and probably like the second best spell is Caldon Marauders. It does 5 damage against us. Against other decks, maybe it's not so good because they can just block. Let's try to thin our deck a little bit more. Okay, there's no basics left. There's only 2 lands left in our deck. And people say deck thinning doesn't have an effect. And we draw both basics. Are you serious? Not both basics, but the only 2 remaining lands is what I was trying to say. Well, we shouldn't complain. He gets a couple spells through. I hope we survive this. Wow. Is he really gonna kill us? This is getting real close again. And we're still not drawing stuff. Wow, this is so close. Oh, we're dead, right? Because first. Wow. Oh boy. Yeah, they look nice. This felt so wrong to lose. I didn't like that at all. I didn't like losing at all. Who would have thought? Um, let's see, what else? What else? So there's about 10 cards here which do something, and we can safely say, why would you do this? I just sorted these cards, you stupid. This software sometimes. Can we? Oh no, this doesn't change anything. There's one missing. Okay, these 10 cards I think are good. These 4 cards are bad. So an argument could be made for Words of Wisdom being bad because it draws a card, and also for Arcane Null. So let's put Arcane Null on an extra pile. These 9 cards are definitely useful. Dispel not so much. Dispel is okay, but it's better than Moment's Peace for sure, but it's not so great. Negate is pretty great. Restful Very is great. Yeah, all the others are pretty great. So What else? Well, it has to be Words of Wisdom because it draws our opponent cards. At this point, we only need to cut one more card, and I think that it's gonna be Treasure Cruise because when you play less Words of Wisdoms, you just enable Treasure Cruise not as much. Or maybe Arcane and all, just because it's just bad card advantage also, and we have enough counter post board, I think. Yeah. Oh, I'm a little bit salty. I have to say that we lost the first game so close. Uh, this is definitely a key because we can transmit into Circle Protection Rat. I'm gonna start out with this play. Where's his chat? Okay, he didn't say anything. So Lava Spike wouldn't have been able to dispel that anyway. Oh, I should have Evolving Vaults here because, well, I guess we're representing something. But I was just gonna dispel anyway, right? It's not like I was gonna use 2 blue sources. Restful Very. Do I want to play Restful Very? I think I do, because we still have a dispel, and it's okay to delay the circle by 1 turn if it means you get 8 life. All these sorceries. This dispel is so sad. And right control. Okay, now we transmute. Circle of Protection Red. Let's get a green. If we draw into Quietus Repair. And it would be very, very weird if we manage to lose this one. Maybe you could have been. I could have been greedy here, play the Erasure, but I think this one is definitely the safer play. Play the Erasure now. And having Circle Protection probably means we just don't really have to worry about anything. I was debating milling myself here. I'm gonna try to prevent as much damage as possible, but I'm definitely gonna keep 2 mana open for Arcane and all. I think I'm basically just gonna eat whatever he throws at us this turn. This is just 2 damage, right? Yeah, for sure we're gonna eat that one. I'm scared of. Oh, this draws him a card. This is actually a tough decision. Since this draws him a card, I think this is a worth thing to dispel. Land would be nice. We've missed a bunch of land drops. And a Rift Bolt. I have to seriously speed up. Come on. Why? I don't know why I tapped this green source. There's a bunch of sites featuring Pauper articles. There's Pure MTGO, there's MagicGatheringStrat, and those are the two big ones. Somebody can link them. I will allow it. What do we not need? Well, we kind of want all of these, but I suppose the Arcane and all. And the Dawn Charm. And I just mill the Dawn Charm away, and also the Arcane and all, because I want to draw into more draw. Or into more lands, that's okay too. Oh, he had a Flaring Pen, I didn't even realize that. Doesn't really matter though. Does he have another? I seriously doubt it. I think it's over at this point. He won't be able to power through both of these. Sorry, there's a little commentary. I'm just trying to play as fast as possible because clock time might be very important for the last game. We want more draws. See beyond, I suppose. Yeah. Oh, there's another flank pane. Okay. He plays 2. He plays 3 flaring panes? Wow. Well, good thing we have quiet disrepair. Okay, I think we won. We just cast all of these and mill them to death. Yeah, now we definitely win. Klein is so slow. I could be clicking way faster. Okay. I think no changes have to be made. Well, relic could be a thing, but I'm not really that worried about that. I think I like it. I'm gonna submit right away. So he's on the play again. That's gonna be tough. It's been a long time since I've lost versus Burn, but to be honest, we have to realize that is game 1. Well, first we were lucky, but then he was lucky too, right? Not sure if I like this. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna keep it. We have 3 counters basically. I don't like the double Jace's erasure. Come on. We basically want to find Circle of Protection Red again really, really fast, or, you know, transmute into it. I'm just doing this in my turn because I want to play faster and just F4 his turn. So far his spells haven't been that great. Oh. Oh no. This is gonna be tough to deal with, Curse. Well, we find a model, so we have that going for us. If he hadn't been on the play, we would have been able to negate that. This is only 2 damage. I think I eat 2 damage. I want to save my counter for something that does more than 2. Land drop would have been nice. So if we tap out, we might die. But we have to do it. Missing a land drop is huge here, in my opinion. I'm gonna throw away the treasure cruise. If I had a green source, I would have probably gone for Quietus Repair. Okay, he drew a land, so he will just cast 3 spells now and we are dead. And he starts off with Fire Blast. Okay. Hitting this land is important. I don't understand what you're trying to say. Oh, you say you wouldn't have transmuted here. Well, I'm losing to this curse. No, I wanted to have 3. Oh, I'm stupid. That was stupid. I wanted to prevent that damage. I will lose to this curse alone if I don't transmute into something. No, I couldn't negate it. He played it when I had 2 mana, and one of which came into play tapped. I couldn't negate Curse of Pierstart. He played it his turn free when I had only 1 blue source to work with. I'm pretty sure that if I tap down to 2 mana here, I'm gonna ask for trouble, but we need a win condition on the board. Question is, would we rather CB on, hope for a land drop, and then try it next turn? Well, he keeps drawing cards too. I think we have to try it, at least. He needs to get 2 spells through, so if it's just 1 spell, we can still live with it. Oh, Power Blast. Oh, I'm not gonna fight over that. Since we have so many Jaces as backup, I'm so happy to see that he had a Power Blast in hand. I want to see beyond here, see if I can find something like that. Okay, what are we gonna throw away? One of these Jaces, we don't really need them. Seeing that Quiet Disrepair makes me feel a lot better. Yeah, like using the Dispel here. So we have still 2 mana after we cast Quiet Disrepair, which we definitely want to do. Now we are a little bit better off, but again, we don't want to be too greedy. I'm gonna look for a land here. I think 4 mana is kind of where we want to be. Okay, we find a land. Like a brainstorm. Well, it doesn't matter since we can't shuffle away anyway. And I should have put the Dawn Charm on top, really. Just cantripping here to find more land drops to be more secure. This is gonna be a time problem. I'm just okay with going down to 3 here. Yeah, I don't want to go any further. Even if he has only 1 card in hand. And we still haven't, this is just our second chase, we still have enough chases to win the game. Just have to play faster. I'm gonna always yield to this now. This one I'm gonna protect very heavily. Okay, it doesn't do anything. Just trying to play as fast as possible, so bear with me. Oh boy. How many more does he have? This is his 4th, I think. Had to hit F3 before. It's a little bit annoying now. If we lose this on time, I'm going to be so angry because I just played slowly game 1. And would have been totally avoidable. We would have been able to avoid it, is what I'm trying to say. Can't even speak properly anymore. We're just gonna have 6 now for his turn. Don't really care what he costs. I think we win here off of this preordain and model. Unless we draw very, very badly in this preordain. Which we do. Now there's another CB that's a 0-6. So we're gonna F6 for one more turn and then we win. Wow, this is close. On time, not the game itself. I actually hope there's another CB on there. I don't think there is. No, there isn't. Okay, we have to F6 there again. Well, he's not gonna be able to kill us. So I'm just F6ing now. Time is a resource. You don't have to worry about time, right? It's the same as life. Don't worry about paying life until you're at like 1 life. Don't worry about time until you're at like 20 seconds. I have to say I was worried. I was really worried about the time. But as I said before, it's been a long time since I lost to Burn. They just can't deal with Crisis Repair and Circle Protection. They basically have to be on the play and they have to have a nut draw, or you just have to draw very, very badly, which happens. But oh boy, I need to calm down a bit. My my blood pressure's up. And my knees are shaking a little bit. Still one game going on. So I'm gonna update the overlay real quick, and then we will have a look at the last game going on, the last table. Yeah, okay. Let's see first what the chat is saying. Yeah, nothing really interesting. Keepo. Wow. Okay, the game just vanished. Oh, this can't be right. How late did these guys start? My game was already timing. These guys must have been half an hour late or so. Or they're just playing for fun. But it's labeled, so it has to be official. Nobody would do that, right? Nobody would label a game which is not official. So we see here, we see Naya with his Affinity Behemoth list. He always plays with Quicksilver Behemoth, which is kind of a fun creature you don't see in any other deck. You can just play it for 1 blue basically, since it's Affinity. And the rest is just pretty much normal Affinity beatdown without the combo, without Disciple and without Atok. And he's playing against Is It Delver. Just looks like normal Is It Delver to me. Essence Scatter I'm not so sure about. I suppose that's a sideboard card. They just don't board in against me. I kind of want Naya to win here. But looks like he's dying. Oh, can he counter this and it happens first? Is this a draw? No, it's not. Okay. Well, the copy effect happens after the 3 damage is already dealt. If it said, if this second sentence was instead the first one, right? Because you read the card from top to bottom, then he would have won. He would have copied first, and then his copy resolves, and then he wins. Well, no, his opponent could have copied again. I'm actually wrong, because his opponent could have copied again. But this was not the last game. This was just game 1 or game 2, supposedly. At least very quick with sideboarding. So, yeah, this will probably take a bit, but we'll just have to wait until they are done. I think this must have been game 2, what we just saw, because, well, I guess I really wouldn't know if Is It Devil plays Essence Scatter, because I just would never see it against me, right? But I think that would be a sideboard card. The chat in the Pauper Classic Tuesday room doesn't make any sense at all. People talking about the farming profession. And Naya having a nice 4-4, which would probably win him the game if his opponent wasn't playing Flame Slash and 15 other annoying burn spells. He already lost the Frogmite and the Forger. I can't really tell which decks should be ahead here, as I've played neither. Well, yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense, but sometimes it makes a little bit more. And sometimes we have Piggybot, but I haven't seen Piggybot in a real long time. Uh, Armadillo Cloak? Seriously? Wow, this is so amazing. If this survives, he will win because of this, right? And there's a mana leak. But he can pay. He has to tap the Enforcer and he can pay. And a 6/6 is definitely difficult to deal with. I mean, it just takes 2 bolts, right? Wow. Instant concede. He does play Flame Slash and Lightning Bolt. He it wouldn't really be a 2-for-1, right? Because his opponent also loses the Armadillo Cloak, but I guess if this, even if this attacks like once or twice, it will probably be good enough to win him the game. But he has 7 cards against 0 cards. I suppose the real neck-breaking thing here is that he's stuck on 2 lands. So there's sideboarding, and I think we have a sideboard bug now. So we might not be able to watch the third game because all we're seeing is the sideboarding UI basically. And I'm not gonna restart just to see the third game. It might be that they're just still sideboarding, or sometimes when you try to observe and they are sideboarding, you get stuck in this view basically. I'm gonna wait a few minutes and try again. Yeah, I think Piggybot just lost interest because nobody was talking to him. Nobody was really replying except me and a couple of people who didn't know that he wasn't serious. Yeah, it seemed premature. I agree. Especially since he had 7 cards in hand and his opponent had 0, right? His opponent was Hellbent. A lot more hope. Well, sure, I get frustrated myself, but I don't snap concede just because my opponent plays something that I don't like. Ass cancer? Wow, long time gone, wow. Oh, wow. I don't know why I find that so funny. Okay, we definitely have a sideboarding bug. So, I'm gonna show you my deck list, since we can't see the last game going on. It should be no longer than maybe 5 to 10 minutes though. And while we are at it and we don't have anything really to talk about, you might ask me about any of my decks really, if you want to, about this deck or my other decks. Why can't I make a new tab in my stupid Firefox right now? Um, or you could check out the description of the channel. It was just redone. It looks really nice now, and by really nice I mean somebody actually did some formatting. And there's a couple of links you could check out. And there's a YouTube channel, and there's MagicGatheringStrat site and stuff like that. Really, really weird here. So I'm trying to. My Firefox is dead. Well, it's not really doing what it's supposed to be doing, which is really annoying me because I wanted to look something up. Yesterday, I don't know, I don't think a lot of people saw it. I was trying to stream Overdrive, but it didn't happen. Oh, we have round 2, never mind. Just when I was gonna go on a rant. Overdrive didn't happen yesterday, so I just streamed some tournament practice. It wasn't very interesting, to be honest. Just I think 2 tournament practice games against some really weird brews, and then I played some blue-white miracles just for fun. So you didn't miss anything if you didn't watch it. And it's also not on YouTube. We win the die roll. Well, that's amazing. This is a keep for sure. Well, yeah, I can talk about that. So I was I was browsing the Pauper subreddit, and somebody was saying that they wanted to get into streaming and they were asking for tips. So I gave them, my opinion. I told them what I think you should be doing and what you shouldn't be doing and stuff like that. And somebody else was there saying how um, how MagicGatheringStrat is looking for streamers, and I was intrigued. So I asked them. The guy is Aniva or Baba. It's basically the guy who streams on Fridays on this channel. And I asked that dude, what exactly are you talking about? What exactly is it you um, you're looking for? Basically, is what I asked him. And he told me that they want to have more content on their site. Don't really care. This model. Let me know Jace. I'm gonna model next turn anyway. No, I think I just bought both of these. I have enough lands, and so I'm kind of looking for more foxes. What I'm doing here, or more draw spells, or Jace Eraser. So the guy from MagicGatheringStrat said on the Reddit, or he wrote me a private message then, and so what they want to do is they want to grow a Twitch audience. They want to grow a Twitch channel, maybe get even partnered at some point, in the far future. But for now, they want to grow a Twitch channel. And he told me he watched my streams. He very much liked the way I'm streaming. He said there's quality there, there's good commentary and interesting decks, And yeah, so the idea is that one person by themselves is gonna have less of a chance to make it, right? So if I'm just streaming on my own channel, the chance that I'm ever gonna get a huge amount of viewers and get partnered is pretty low. Because what you need, in my opinion, to be a successful streamer is you need well, good content, right? That's like one of the pretty important things. But wow, seriously. On top of that, on having content, you need to be streaming a lot, like 8 hours a day or so, and on a regular schedule, in my opinion. Those are like streaming a lot and streaming on a regular schedule are some of the important rules, in my opinion. So I can't do the streaming a lot thing. I'm streaming about 12 hours a week, and that's basically as much as I can do, and I will do. Um, but if you take like 5 different streamers, and every one of them is streaming like 4 dailies a week, so every one of them is streaming 12 hours a week, you end up at 60 hours, which is a lot more. You have 2 dailies every day being streamed. You have a bigger diversity of decks and stuff like that, and I think it's just gonna work out favorably for everyone. And I really like that idea to have a channel where you have kind of a network of different players. And I realized that if something like this, if you want to have something like this, if you want it to work, you have to be ready to give up something. You know, you have to be able to commit and to make a sacrifice. And that's kind of what I did. I gave up my own channel, or the idea of having my own channel, my own YouTube, in favor of maybe having or building up this channel and having this kind of network. And it's just starting out. We're looking for streamers. If anybody in chat wants to stream, really, we can talk about that. Probably time to do some deck thinning here. And yeah, that's basically the reason. And I'm committed to that idea. I mean, if it fails, I will always be able to just go back to my old channel. But I really like the idea, and it would just be enough to have like 2 or 3 different people. You know, if there was 1 or 2 more streamers, and we would have a stream going on every single day, I think that would make a huge difference already. I'm not sure why I didn't just use this Arcane and just to draw cards. I'm playing stupid here. Shouldn't have gone on such a rant, I suppose. I'm gonna be able to draw 3 off of the Arcane now, though. We got flooded on lands. Uh, yeah, sure. Just for the card draw, right? I was debating conjuring my own Arcane to draw 3, but well, I suppose I should have done that. Yeah, I suppose I should have done that. Because I didn't really care about the Abundant Growth, I should have Arcane out my first Arcane. Let's see what we draw. If it's land, we're dead. Well, we still have one more draw spell. Oh, it's probably the best thing we could draw next to a Moment's Peace. But I should have really played this Arcane smarter. And Arcane my own Arcane. And a Jace was going okay. So this is free for a Transmute. Moment's Peace. Jace. So you might be wondering why I'm milling myself. And that's an interesting question. The reason is basically that we're looking so desperately for a fog that it's probably worth attempting to mill yourself a Moment's Peace. And again, I'm just conjuring here to draw an extra card. Trying to play a little bit faster this time, but I think we'll probably lose due to me misplaying on the arcane and all thing, and maybe also a little bit before because I was ranting so much, but that's okay. If that happens. Well, we're we're lucking our way through the top decks like there's no tomorrow. Wow, less than 3 minute total. Wow. Oh, come on. How many moments piece are there left? Only one, right? I'm not gonna mill myself if there's just one moments piece left. So we are again top decking. This whole time, every time we basically had a moments piece, we were in a position where we could be able to avoid the top deck. I mean the need for a top deck. If just after the moments piece we top deck like Treasure Cruise, and then we Treasure Cruise into Fog and another draw spell or something, right? But we kept drawing lands, and I think there's like almost no lands left in our library. We have like 4, 6, 7 or 8 draws. Well, we have a little bit more. I think we lose. Yep, we lose. So yeah, we're just that. Really unfortunate in my opinion. How many lands do we have? We have 6, 8, 12 lands. I'm not sure if he plays something like Flaring Pain, but if he does, that's also a problem. Do we want anything else here? I mean, some of them do play Flaring Pain, so maybe we want a Relic, or this. I don't think we want quite this repair, to be honest. Okay, no, I could also see. Negate, I could also see, I suppose. I mean, these are pretty obvious. The Quietest Repair can go out, but the Right Charm and the Dawn Charm is pretty obvious. What are we gonna cut? Actually, we don't really care about having a contour, right? We don't really need any of these contours, because this only matters if he has Flaring Pain. And we just hope he doesn't have Flaring Pain in his sideboard. We don't want to destroy the core mechanic of our deck by boarding out too many draw spells. I don't want to board out Muddle. It almost saved us this game. This could almost be considered a keep. I think I'm gonna keep this. Brainstorm 1 land. Usually I only keep 2 land hands, but Rainstorm goes 3 deep. 3 cards. We play about 20 lands, so there's no, I think this is too risky. Because if we don't see a land in these 3, we just lose. Yeah, this is better. This is the same stupid Brainstorm, which I'm not going to use turn 1. Because we don't have Evolving Vaults. Why did I play this Plains? I wanted to Brainstorm, see if I find Evolving Vaults. Okay, whatever. I'm doing it now anyway. That was just stupid for what I did. Doesn't really matter, to be honest. We have 4 Fox. We need a green source. And we need some draw spells. Yeah, I know, but it's okay here if you just, it's basically just a cantrip. And it's okay, I think, because usually you don't want to do it. I agree. But in this matchup, or so often we're just looking for land drops, just looking for more Fox, and just replacing the card with something you get to choose from free. And if you're lucky, there's something like See Beyond or Evolving Vaults or Transmute effect, so you do get to shuffle. I think it's good enough to play it as a cantrip sometimes. Usually you want to have Evolving Vaults or Transmute in your hand when you do it, and you want to shuffle something else away. I have to admit, I'm gonna admit, without being ashamed, that playing Brainstorm properly is probably the thing I have the most trouble with, considering the deck. I'm never sure if what I did with Brainstorm was the correct play. I mean, there, in the late game, when you have all your Jace's Erasure on the board, it's pretty easy. You just cast Brainstorm for the value of milling, a lot of cards. But in the early game, in the first few turns, I think I take this. I don't think he can shoot a damage. And having one more Fog might make a difference late game. Also, we gain some life off of right control. I guess I'm gonna keep this now, since Opson said I shouldn't do it. He does play Flaring Pain. And we're still dead, though. This is really a matchup I should not have lost. I probably misplayed somewhere in game 1. Just didn't realize. Well, we know about the arcane and all misplay, but gonna represent something. No, we don't have anything. Um, I probably, well, the arcane and I'll draw 3 was definitely a misplay, but I didn't do that. But somewhere else I must have misplayed because this is one of the matchups you're looking for. We did get flooded a lot. Okay, I'm gonna have to close chat for a moment, I think. Or maybe not. Because my Firefox is, as I said before, my Firefox is acting really weird and being bugged and stuff, and I have to report on Gathering, but it seems to be working fine again. Um, yeah, so you usually, game 1 against hexproof should just be easy, and it wasn't due to me misplaying, and it wasn't due to the drawing just lands on top of lands. And then game 2, well, they do have flaring pain, but there's ways to deal with that, and usually it's you have to win a counter war over the flaring pain, but I didn't want to commit and board in the dispel because I wasn't sure how many flaring pains they would be playing, and if it's just one flaring pain, you might be good enough with playing model and arcane and all. You don't need to get extra dispels. So we're gonna play some modern apparently until the next round starts. So I'm gonna play Giftstron. It's probably gonna be like half an hour until the next round starts, or maybe like 25 minutes, 20 minutes. So we're gonna be able to play some. Where's, yeah, okay. Looks like a good hand. Decent mana base, Noxious Revival, and Gifts Ungiven is always a great combo. Wow. And he takes Cyclonic Rift. I think he should have really taken Gifts. We're gonna represent having a counter, drawing a Condescend here or drawing a Remand. Bitter Blossom. Okay. Blue Black Fairies. I haven't played against Blue Black Fairies in 2 years. I mean, when they unbanned Bitter Blossom, I played against it like once. If he chooses Gifts Ungiven, I'm gonna Noxious Revival it, I think. resolving a gift ungiven against him could be amazing. It takes the Etherize again. I think he probably has a counter for the gifts ungiven, or he's just not worried. He probably just doesn't respect it at all. You'll just have to teach him that that's wrong. And he drew 3 Darkslick Shores. So I'm gonna get a Power Plant, Expedition Map. Not sure what else. Might be running into a counter here, but we have to try it. And it's a Riemann, that's okay. Do I want to do this? Or do I want to try gifts again? And then next turn we can. I think I want to try gifts again. We're not really under any pressure here, considering the clock he's put on the board. River of Tears? I wouldn't play the River of Tears. This would give me a headache. This would be way too complex for me. So even if he counters this, we get so much mana next turn. Oh, he doesn't. Well, what do you say about Eugene? How much mana are we gonna have next turn? 8. Okay. Mindslaver seems pretty good. Home Pension seems pretty good. Well, Living Stone is also pretty good. I should have probably gone for 4 artifacts since I have Academy Runes. Well, we have Noxious Revival. I think I'm just gonna go all in on this Eugene plan. Just since it's practice and I want to see Eugene more, I'm gonna try it. Let's see if he wants to contest this. I think if he had a counter, he would have probably countered the Gifts Ungiven. Vendaian Click. Tap all lands that player controls. Trying to decide if there's good target for Snapcaster. I don't think so. So what we're gonna do is, oh, if I search now, the Eugene is gone. I think we still do it. We still have Mindslaver lock eventually. I think it's still a good idea. He's attacking for a bunch though. 7 damage. What happened to his Bitter Blossom? He championed his Bitter Blossom. And he has a Tech Edge. Wow. This Tech Edge in combination with this Click was just... And he takes the Academy Runes? I thought he knew about the Snapcaster. I guess it's too slow to Snapcaster Noxious Academy Runes. So he has a 2-turn clock. Never mind. Wow. I guess we really have to hope he doesn't have anything. Oh, creeping top hit is a huge problem. It's unblockable, right? Um, we definitely want to kill this dude. We definitely want to kill this dude, but we also want to kill the creeping top hit. But this at least. Oh, this comes back then. Killing these two at least buys us 1 turn. But we are definitely gonna lose the creeping top hit then, because we just don't have an answer for creeping top hit at all. Well, actually, we kill these two. We kill these. Oh, this guy has shroud, well, only because of this dude. Okay, so we kill these two. He attacks us for free next turn. Plays creeping top hit tapped. But we played Womka engine, and we're gonna be racing each other. I guess we have Snapcaster Etherize, which works. Yeah, I think this is the right play. I hope this is the right play. Since we still have Snapcaster Etherize and Condescendent, it looks okay. So he has lethal next. No, never mind. He doesn't. He has 7 damage. Yeah, he's gonna have 7 damage next turn. No, yeah, he has lethal next turn. I was right. So we need to Etherize next turn. Repeal's pretty good. And a better skull? You have to be joking. That was just an insane top deck here. I mean, we could have also played Treasure Mage into Platinum Angel, which would have also been pretty good. Hmm. Engine Etherize seems good. Titan doesn't seem so good actually. Dismember seems okay. Snapcaster maybe. Tiffing Needle just for creeping top hit doesn't seem good enough. Something like Negate or Squelch could be a thing, but we didn't see Fetch lands, and yeah, we only saw Tech Edge. That's not good enough, I think. Stolen probably not so good. Yeah, I don't know what else I should really point out. I think most of these are pretty useful. I like Wormcringe and I like Etherize more than I like Dismember. So I guess it's gonna be that way. I think you could do something like Negate for Riemann or something like that, but I think we just have to buy some time. He's more of an aggro deck than a control deck, I think. We didn't see a lot of counter from him. Did we even see a single counter? We saw one Riemann, right? On the first gifts. Yeah, I'm definitely more worried about him just swinging with a bunch of fairies than him countering our stuff, so. Now we have a pretty great keep again. Great curve, expedition map, condescend, O-stone. Well, of course he has all the discard. So that's always annoying, but in this hand it doesn't even matter that much. Oh, I just remembered I forgot to update the overlay. 1-on-1, 46 and 22. Still sad that we lost that round though. Or that I lost that round. And he chooses expedition map. Interesting. But probably the right play. Once you know your opponent has condescend, you can try to play around it. Or you just play duress, turn 2. And that's O-stone. Yay, Eugene. Being able to -2 and just destroy everything would be pretty cool. And another great card. We just need to find some lands or some expedition maps here. We're definitely having all the threats we're ever gonna meet. Okay. He seems to be playing around condescend very heavily. Or he just doesn't want to commit to the board. Well, he's gonna flash the dude in now, and it's just gonna be an obvious attempt for us to condescend to get this cry basically. And first knowledge is a good draw. He will be able to cast something this turn, but this is pretty annoying. I don't want him to have this because of Shroud, because of the anthem. I'm not gonna play Better Skull. I'm gonna try to first knowledge at the end of his turn, and then if he taps out to counter Spellstar's fine, really. If he taps to counter the first knowledge, we'll probably get the Better Skull through. Great value plays here. Great value plays. Wow. This might be important if he has a Spellstutter sprite. Yeah, okay. He actually has it. I'm gonna try Engine because he can't deal with Engine as easily as he can deal with Better Skull. So the activation of Muttervolt made sense in the end. Although it still would have been better not to activate it tapped, right? He would have been able. He had mana left, so he could have been attacking. Nihil Spell Bomb. Wow, going deep. Let's try the engine again before we look at this Ether Ice. I mean, we have so many threats in hand, I don't really care if he counters this or if he exiles our graveyard or whatever. He just cannot deal with that much life gain. He can't raise that. Sour of Temptation, are you fucking kidding me? That's at least it has Summoning Sickness. Let's hope he attacks with everything next turn when we Ether Ice. Or we play our own Womka engine. No, that doesn't make sense. Well, if you Ether Ice, this goes back to our hand too. Yeah, but I think that has to be the right play. We missed 2 land drops, which is hurting us. As a Tron deck, you don't want to be behind on mana. Oh wow. If he's very smart. Oh no, okay. He still has the thingy. So it's still a problem. Sorrow of Temptation. Still have to somehow deal with that. Noxious Revival doesn't really help. So we play Womka Engine, he does the same thing, so I'm gonna play Better Skull this time. Because if he takes the Germ token, I don't really care. And if he doesn't take it, 4 lifelink is probably enough to buy some time for now. If we were somewhere close to 8 mana, I would have just slammed Womka Engine again and then Eugene and kill the Star of Temptation with Eugene. But we're nowhere close to 8 mana. We missed 4 land drops now, right? And he does play Sour. He does play it again. It's interesting. Very, very interesting. Because he owns only the germ token, he doesn't own this, so I can just bounce this next turn, and he has nothing. I think I would have saved the Star Augmentation until Womp Engine hits the board. Takes a Noxious Revival, which is okay. Now, why didn't I just equip? I'm stupid. I could have just equipped. Well, let's see if he wants to block. I guess I'm keeping Contour open and returning this to my hand instead of slamming a second engine. I like that way more because if we manage to condescend or remount something, we will we might be able to find some lands finally. You know, it's turn 12 and we're at 6 lands. That's not where you want to be at with control deck. But I should have definitely, I think, equipped the better skull on my bomb cannon. If he attacks with a better skull, we have to return, I think. How much damage is this? Yeah, 10 damage is too much. Hmm. So, yeah, we have to let us resolve. Doesn't really change anything on the damage front. I guess we could have remounted just for a card draw. We're probably dying next turn. Yeah, I think we're just dead next.